Good morning, class. Okay, so today we will start a new lesson that is on your science. Lesson number 11, air and water. As we all know what is air and what is water, these are the two main components which we really need in our daily life, okay, for our survival. In this chapter, we will learn about different atmosphere and its layers and different type of properties of the airs, okay, and also water. Okay, a living thing cannot live without air for more than few minutes and without water for more than few days. So living thing cannot live without air for more than few minutes means air. Why? Because air is the component which help us to breathe, and also water. All living things need air and water to survive. Nature has provided earth with a blanket of air that is surround the earth. This blanket of air is called atmosphere. So the blanket of the air, okay, which is covered the earth is called the atmosphere. And all living things need this air and water to survive, to grow, to live, okay? It extends up to 300 kilometers above the earth. This is the distance, okay? Water is also available in plenty on the earth's surface. So in so many places we can get different type of water, okay? About 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water. Try to know this. 70% of the earth is covered with water. Most of this water is found in oceans. Only a small portion of the earth's water is fresh water, which is found in river, lake and underground. So we found fresh water in river, lake and underground. The rest of it is found in the oceans. Now, the importance of the atmosphere. What is the importance of atmosphere? The atmosphere plays an important role in sustaining life on the earth. It traps the heat of the sun. Trap means it blocks the heat, okay, of the sun and help in maintaining the right temperature for the survival of living organism on the earth. The atmosphere also acts as a protective blanket. The ozone layer present in the stratosphere protect us from the harmful ultraviolet, that is example sunburn, okay, ultraviolet rays of the sun, which may cause many type of diseases like skin cancer. The atmosphere also protect us from small rocks called meteors that are moving about in space. These meteors may cause harm if they hit the surface of the earth. The atmosphere burn most of these meteors before they reach the surface of the earth. So atmosphere, it is one of the most important role to sustain life, means to survive of the living things, okay. It traps, it blocks the heat of the sun. It also help in maintaining the balance of the temperature, so that it won't be too hot nor too cold for all the survival of the living organism on the earth, okay. And it also acts as a protective blanket to protect the sun rays, okay. Moreover, it even help protect the earth from the meteors. Meteors means it's a kind of a stone, okay. So before it falls down and hit the earth, the atmosphere is the only things which help, okay, which protect the earth from these meteors, okay. Now, layer of atmosphere. The atmosphere can be divided into 5 layers. Underline this. There are 5 type of layers. These layers are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Underline all this. The 5 type of layers of the atmosphere are all these, okay. Now the first one, troposphere. The lower most layer of the atmosphere is called the troposphere. That is the most lowest layer of the atmosphere. It extends up to 11 kilometers above the earth's surface. Distance between the troposphere, the troposphere atmosphere and the earth's surface. This is the layer in which changes in weather take place. Living beings can breathe comfortably in this layer. So all the living beings are breathing in this layer called troposphere, okay. As you go higher, when you go a bit higher than troposphere, air become thinner, making breathing difficult. That is why mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders for breathing when they climb high mountain. So when you cross troposphere, the air becomes thinner and it makes us to breathe difficult. Okay, now stratosphere, the second layer. It is the layer above the troposphere. This layer of the atmosphere extends from 11 kilometer to 50 kilometer above the earth. This is the kilometer distance. There is very little air in the stratosphere. The ozone layer is also a part of the stratosphere. So in this stratosphere, the air is very less. Okay, now so in this stratosphere, ozone layer is present, and this ozone layer, it protects us from the ultraviolet rays. Okay, mesosphere, the third layer of the atmosphere, it extends between 50 kilometer to 85 kilometer. Meteors, that stones moving in the space, burn in this layer and do not reach the surface of the earth. So when the meteorite stones, once it falls down in this mesosphere, it gets burned. Okay, it gets burned, and through this mesosphere layer, it burned the stone into pieces so that it won't reach the surface of the earth. This protect the meteors. Okay, now thermosphere. Space shuttles move about in this air. The temperature in this layer can get as high as 1500 degrees Celsius. So in this thermosphere layer, the space shuttles, you can see over here. Example, the layers of the atmosphere. In this thermosphere, you can see these are the space shuttles. Okay, spaceship and all these things. They move in this air. Okay. Now the exosphere, that is the uppermost layer, the last layer of the earth. Here the air becomes very thin, more thinner than stratosphere layer. Okay, some air molecules even drift away into the outer space from this layer. So some small kind of molecules, that is air, they even drift away. They took away into the outer space from this layer. Those air molecules, it took away from apart from this exosphere also. Okay. Now, compositions of air. Air is a mixture of several gases. It contains about 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases like argon, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, ozone, helium, neon, etc. It also contains water vapors and dust particles. So these are the different type of air. Okay, different type of gases contains in air. You just underline all this. Okay, the percentage of dust, smoke and water vapor in the air may vary according to the environment and the weather condition. So percentage of all these dust, smokes and weather, they used to vary according to the environment, that is about the weather conditions. The places where it is more dryness, there will be more dust. Okay, and places where, like example, near the factories and all, there will be more smokes. So according to that, it varies. Okay, now the first type of gas, that is nitrogen. Nitrogen is the major component of air. Underline this. The most major important component of air is nitrogen. Living beings do not directly use nitrogen from the air. Plants get nitrogen with the help of bacteria present in the soil. Nitrogen is also added to the soil through use of chemical fertilizers. The presence of nitrogen in the atmosphere keeps the process of burning and combustion under control. So these nitrogen gases, it control the burning of combustions and keep under control. Plants, they first get nitrogen gases, okay, with the help of bacteria that is present in the soil. Okay, it added the soil through the chemical fertilizers. Okay, and through this it spread to another organism. The oxygen. Oxygen is the most important gas required for the survival of all living beings. So all living beings require one type of gas, that is oxygen. It is also needed for burning fire. Plants produce oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. So during the photosynthesis, plants, they produce oxygen, and through that it transfer into living beings such as animals and human beings. Photosynthesis is a process by which green plants manufacture their food. Underline this. What do you mean by photosynthesis? Then from here till here. Now, the third one, that is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is essential for green plant to carry out photosynthesis. Plant use carbon dioxide, water and sunlight to manufacture food. So to make food, plants need all these type of gases. And this carbon dioxide, it is so essential for the green plants to carry out the photosynthesis. Okay? Now, argon. It is a colorless means without any color, blur color, and odorless gas. It is used in making light bulb and fluorescent tube. You know what is bulb? The light bulb, and fluorescent tube means the tube light. Okay, argon gas, it is colorless and odorless means less smell. Okay, these gases are used to make this light bulb. Now, water vapor. Water vapor or moisture in the air is due to evaporations of water from the surface of seas, rivers and lakes. The amount of water vapor in air is called humidity. Amount of water vapor in air is called humidity. Underline till here. Water vapor in the atmosphere condenses to form clouds, rain, fog and snow. So water vapor, it is a moisture of the air. Okay, and this atmosphere, it forms a cloud, rain, fog and snow. Now the properties of air. Air occupies space. Number one, take a balloon and blow air into it. These are the example. You will find that blowing air into a balloon increase its size. This is because air occupies the space. So example of air that occupies space, that get all the space. That is, you can see the example over here. A balloon without blowing and a balloon blowing the air inside. So this balloon, the air occupies the space of the balloon. This is the example. Air has weight. So air can also have a weight. Okay, air also has weight. You can check this by comparing the weight of an inflated balloon with that of a deflated one. That means inflated and deflated means this one. Deflated means without blowing. So when you blow a balloon, keep one piece of balloon by blowing the air inside and another one without air. You can know the difference between these two, the weight. Okay, so even air has a weight. Air exerts pressure. Air takes up space and has weight. Anything that has weight exerts pressure. Air exerts pressure in all directions. Uses of air pressure. Air pressure is used to fill syringes and a pitchkari. We use pitchkari means a kind of things which during Holi, I think in Holi, people put color water inside a pitchkari and they used to blow it. Okay, they spray the colors. We use air pressure to fill ink in a fountain pen. Air pressure is used to pull underground water through a hand pump. So these are the uses of air pressure. Air also help us, it have a pressure. Okay, only this much will do today. The rest will continue in our next class. I want to give you a homework, that is, try to write all the vocabulary words in your copy. Okay, now your exercise number 1, I want to give you a few notes and answer the following questions. Number 1, that is, why is air important? Why is air important? The answer, air is important as comma, all living things cannot live or survive without this. Full stop. Come to the next line. It contains important substances, comma, such as oxygen for respiration and gives out carbon dioxide that gives energy to eat, comma, grow and live for all the living things. Number 2. Name the different layer of the atmosphere. Simple. The different layer of the atmosphere are: number A, troposphere, B, stratosphere, C, mesosphere, number D, thermosphere, E, exosphere. So these are the 5 type of layer. Now number 3. Name the gases found in air. The gases found in air are: number 1, nitrogen, that is 78%, 2. Oxygen 21%. 3. 1% of other gases, which includes gases like argon, argon, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, ozone, helium, neon, etc., and also water vapors. Okay, now question number 4. What are the properties for air? The properties of air are: number A, air occupies space. B, air has weight. Number C, air exerts, exerts pressure. Okay, only that much for question. One more question I want to give you, that is extra question. Okay, what is the importance of atmosphere? The answer: the importance of atmosphere. Point number A, it plays an important role in sustaining, sustaining life on earth. Number B, it traps, traps the heat of the sun, helps in maintaining the right temperature for the survival of living organisms on the earth. Point number C, it also acts as a protective blanket. Okay, only that much for today.